I started out as a Viner, so I feel like anybody who takes the time to watch me for more than 6 seconds is a saint. Was that 6 seconds? Has it been 6 seconds? If you're still here, thank you. To show a little bit of my appreciation, I resolved to create a video or video series with which you guys, my lovely viewers, can interact and contribute to. So let's play Would You Rather, where I make the questions, you respond on Twitter, and then we discuss. Except I discuss because I'm making the video and you're watching it on the screen. But you guys get to vote and like decide, popular opinion. So that's like a really integral part of the video, like real important. Now let's get to these questions. Number 1, would you rather have a 7-foot-long tongue or a 7-foot-long neck? Now don't decide too quickly. Okay, let's get into the logistical analysis. Honestly, there's basically zero upsides to either of these two choices, so let's just figure out which one sucks the least. Also, for the sake of argument, I know how y'all are. There's no like loopholes with cutting off the tongue or having like neck reduction surgery, if that's a thing. So these are permanent changes to your anatomical proportions. Okay, let's get a picture of a 7-foot-long tongue. It's gonna look something like the zombies from The Strain, or if you haven't seen that, maybe that little monster with the tongue from Hellboy, right? Basically nasty, and a tongue that long is not gonna fit inside your mouth, so you'll talk like this all of the time. All the time. It's gonna weigh like 3 or 4 pounds, like it's a long tongue. So it's gonna be like too heavy for you to like lift it up, without using your hand. It might drag on the floor if you're not careful about it. So besides having the ability to lick the absolute shit out of an ice cream cone, the long tongue option doesn't look good at all. What about that neck though? There's plenty of animals in the wild, including like, giraffes and ostriches that have long necks and get along perfectly fine with them. But that doesn't necessarily mean it's gonna work with humans, especially if your neck is like longer than the rest of your body. You'd be like 12 feet tall in half neck, looking weird. I mean, the tongue is weird too, but like weird. All kinds of issues. Imagine trying to eat cereal and your neck is way, your head is, you can't even reach. You can't, like, you gotta do this and get your whole neck. That's 7 feet of neck. You gotta think about how you'll look driving down the street with your head and stupid long neck out the window with like a motorcycle helmet on to keep the flies out your face. Or you're in class, the lecture is boring, and your head is gonna rock all the way back and hit the desk 3 rows behind you from 7 feet up. Boom! That's like Shaq falling over. I would pick the long tongue. I would. I mean, you could like throw it over my shoulder or something like that, or put it in like a backpack, tuck it in behind me, something like that. That would work better. From the results of my Twitter poll, it looks like most of you agree with me, and that's good.
You smart.
Number 2, would you rather have constantly sweating palms, like to the point of dripping, like constantly, or every time somebody hugs you, you fart like real loud for 10 seconds, like Now this one to me is kind of a no-brainer, but let's go through it. Sweaty palms to the point of dripping. Dripping. Like imagine the sweatiest your palms have ever been and multiplied by like 2 or 3. And it's like that 24/7. 24/7, 366. It's a leap year. You ever try to fingerprint unlock your iPhone while your thumb is sweaty? I would pick the farts just for that reason alone. Think about the hug farts is not all the time, okay? The hug farts is only when you get hugged, and to me it's a pretty simple process to just say no hugs, sorry about it, I got gas. You guys agreed with me on this one, but just barely, but we came out with a W. If you thought about it a little bit more, like how much you use touchscreens or how much you like type on like electronics, like sweat would mess that up. Last one, would you rather have to drink everything using only an eyedropper or eat everything using only a thumbtack? Now the Twitter poll was 55% to 45% in favor of using the eyedropper, and I expected that because I know how much you people on the internet love food and would hate anything to happen to it. But let's look deeper.
Let's do the math.
Let's say you're part of the majority and you choose to use the eyedropper to drink everything in lieu of using the thumbtack to eat everything because you don't want your food options limited. Assuming that an eyedropper can hold about 15 drops of water, and assuming that you need 64 ounces of water a day to stay properly hydrated, and assuming that you only sleep 6 hours for every 24-hour period, you would still need to drink a drop of water every 2 seconds for every single waking moment of your life.
I done the math. Checks out.
I would choose to use a thumbtack, and I would just stick it right into a juicy steak, lean back and take a bite while I watch y'all struggle. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Do you got games on your phone? Let me know in the comments, let me know on Twitter, and follow me on Twitter at MrLegenDarius if you want to vote on the next questions in my next Would You Rather video. Thank you very much for watching, and subscribe.